Hi.
How are you?
Very nice meeting you, sir. My name is Yamanaka. I'm a senior fellow for Cpac Japan and also an author and a journalist. And I wrote this book in 2021 at the end of America and the election flawed about a lot of things about Trump. And I mentioned about your media research center in this. Good. Exactly the one you told us about. Hunter Biden's data scandal. If they had known that, voters knew about it, then the election result will be changed. It would have been changed.
That was true, not just with Hunter Biden, but when we asked Biden's voters, did you know that Kamala Harris had a voting record to the left of Bernie Sanders, who is a socialist? Enough Biden voters didn't know that they said they would have voted otherwise, Donald Trump would have won. We asked, did they know that Donald Trump had been nominated for 3 Nobel Peace Prizes? And they didn't know that. Donald Trump would have known. Did they know that the gross domestic product of the United States was up 30% in the last 3 months? Did you know that 11 million jobs have been created? All the things that the media never reported. We asked Biden's voters, had you known, would you have voted for Joe Biden? And over and again, they said, no, we would have voted for Donald Trump, and he would have won the election handedly, without any question.
So people didn't know about the fact you mentioned, and then some, like my readers, they found out your research, and from my book, so surprised. And what's going on in America? There's no more, fair election. Then what do you do? You guys having like a democracy? The father was democracy. Japanese people really look at upon, right? And like Aiba-san just asked to you, my question is very similar. But let's say we have 2024 presidential elections coming, and many Japanese are worried about what if it's happened, then something happened like in 2020 and, last year even, midterm election, U.S. election system couldn't, keep the integrity it's supposed to. Do you have any idea? I know media has a very strong influence on that. Do you have some kind of idea?
Well, first, I wish you would bring all of your friends, your Japanese friends, over to the United States and explain this, because they see it better than we do. No, this is a direct assault on democracy itself. Yeah. It's a direct assault on the United States signature. So it's a direct assault on America. These are anti-Americans. When they are turning the will of the American people, knowing the power they have with this to inform and, even worse, not inform, disinform and not inform the American people of the truth. It's an extraordinary weapon. A lot of people talk about the elections were stolen this way, that way, the other way. No. They were stolen by the media, and we've proven it. What's going to happen in 2024? They're going to try it all over again. What they will do is just watch. It will be a nonstop assault on Republicans while refusing to report anything negative about Joe Biden. He is enveloped in scandal. He is also enveloped with a record that is disastrous. It's a disastrous economic record. It's a disastrous foreign policy record. I'm embarrassed for my country that you see what we're doing to the traditional family in this country. This is all coming out of the Biden administration. If the American people knew the truth of what is happening, they would throw him out of office or whoever runs on the Democratic side. They know the power they have. I am very worried.
The last question. Republican took over House, House, and now really good senators and congressmen, and they are really going after government weaponization of governments and the FBI and the Department of Justice and then so forth, and then we are, especially many Japanese people are really looking at, wow, what's going on? They really, like expect something, indictment or something else is coming up. But especially it's important next 2 years, up until 2024. How do you think about that the GOP? Can they effectively working on it to change something like election system or something like to not only, Democrats, pushing all over now?
Well, look, first of all, we have got a government that has turned on the American people. In my lifetime, the most respected, cherished element in our government was the FBI and the Justice Department. Never in my life did I ever anticipate that the Justice Department, the FBI, would be turned against me, and it has been. It's evil what has happened to
against
this
American people.
It has been turned against the American people. So when something like that happens, you have to talk about it. What happens is so many Republicans are afraid to talk about it because it might harm them, because these powers might come after them. So they're very quiet. What's happened also is now that some conservatives have been elected and they've said, enough of this, no more of this, and we're going to take a stand. And they're very brave, and they are going to be attacked mercilessly for what they've done. But just watch what happens. The more they speak out, in this country, with conservatives, the better you are at telling your story, the more the American people want you. Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was laughed at by the American press. He won the biggest landslide in the history of the United States because he connected. All conservative leaders need to do is connect with the American people, and all will be well.
I got it. That was a very good hope you finally mentioned about it. I'm very happy. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.